Connor over on Patreon asked, who was your favorite guest character and or species from Season 2? And I started to say during the reaction, but we got distracted. We didn't prepare for this, but I would love to in a future season recap, or, if we do it live or whatever next time, have, like, awards for, like, best guest character, most improved character, best surprise. So we don't have that prepared, unfortunately. We'll talk about it a little bit. But best guest character, I think I got to go with...
the lady from The Emissary.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah. So, we're going to be talking about, obviously, episodes 19 through 21 here as well. Just to pick someone different, I'll let you talk about that first, though.
What was her name? God damn it. Hold on. Let me pull up her name.
Her name was Kalar.
Kalar. Yes, Kalar from the Klingon episode with Worf. Kalar was one of my favorite guest appearances ever. Sometimes when a character just not hijacks, but is like the main focus of the episode that we're in every scene, it can become very slow or uninteresting, especially if the character is not that interesting, like the amazing Okana. But when Kalar came on the screen, she just commanded her presence and just like captivated every scene she was in, and the chemistry with Worf. I'm like, I love this character. Best guest character.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clag from Code of Honor.
Code of Honor?
Matter of Honor, the number 2 on the Klingon ship.
Clag, yeah.
Just those bonding scenes he had with Riker, and talking about his father. My father's on an island. Disgraceful. He didn't die in battle. And Riker being like, you should love your father. And he's like, well, Klingons don't know how to do that. And he's like, well, yesterday I didn't know how to eat gah. Great moments there. More of a friendly, relationship blossoming that I really liked.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You want to read the next one?
Yes. This one's from, I'm going to pronounce this perfectly. Guame. How do you feel Season 2 compares to Season 1? I feel like Season 2 took more risks. I think I mentioned Season 1 is kind of more like a flat line with a couple ups and downs, but I think Season 2 definitely went very high with their highs and very low with their lows. And I got to give it credit for that, because I'd rather have you, aim high, shoot high, and succeed, or aim high, shoot high, and just completely dip down, than rather just like, these are all just okay.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Season 1 is like jogging up a slightly steep hill, and Season 2 is like being on a roller coaster. That's what it was like. Super high highs, super low lows.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about all of them when we get to the tier list here in a little bit. I'm going to check real quick, see if anyone else joined the Patreon real quick. Yes, we did get a number of them, so let's go through them real quick. Fat Produce. They were already a patron, edited and upgraded to the annual $5 tier.
Fat Produce.
Scarpad's Domain also edited up to the annual $5 tier. Tim B just edited up to the annual tier. I love how the current patrons are carrying this on their back right now. They really want to see that Battlestar Galactica reaction. Ryan Brown, $10 patron, went up to the annual $10 tier. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan also gave us a very generous donation a few months ago that really helped us with some of our production and stuff that we could upgrade. So thank you. Grumpy Old Bob 56 upgraded from, they were just a $1 monthly patron to now annual $5 patron.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
And we got one from CM Waters up there.
Go ahead.
Honorable mention to the Klingon captain from Matter of Honor, a.k.a. G1 Starscream from G1 Cobra Commander.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you.
He was good, too. Everyone on that Klingon ship was great. Mm-hmm. We got Wild Hunt 1973, went from $1 annual to $5 annual. We got Justin T, went from $5 tier to the $54 tier, which is the $5 annual. And then, here we go, finally, a new patron, new $5 member, Jason Coffey with the $5 annual membership. It seems like we're getting there. We
might have to watch their show.
We might have to. No, I didn't think we would get it out. No, it'll be fun. We got another one here.
Yeah, we got one from Ryan Andrusoff. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Of all the Trek you've watched so far, who do you think is the most compelling villain? Well, let me tell you about a man named Harry Mudd. Yeah, definitely the most interesting, unique, fascinating, compelling stage play type characters that I really enjoy. But I do love Kruge from Star Trek 3.
Real quick. Good night, Sinek. He's calling it a night. I know he's had a big time difference. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the super chats, upgrading your patron membership. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Go ahead.
But I do love Christopher Lloyd as Scrooge as well. Yeah, it's a pretty close toss up between those two in terms of like most compelling. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, favorite for me would definitely be different than most compelling. Um, in terms of most compelling, I'd put up there Mirror Spock from Mirror Mirror,
Okay.
because he is the villain in that episode, but he kind of has that turn towards the end where Spock's logic, even in the mirror universe, gets him to kind of change his ways or realize what's going on, which was really compelling. All right, let's go back to the patron takes here. Which character, this is from Dion James Pittman, which character do you think has had the most growth this season? For me, it's Wesley, hands down. He went from the most annoying character in all of Star Trek that I've seen to he's fine.
Okay, that works too. For me, I'd have to go with Riker because they, gave him something to do and like that whole. They gave him like a motivation where he's always like he jumps in head first to everything with a matter of honor. Where he's like, I'm gonna eat all this Klingon garbage and I'm gonna do this because no one else has done. I love that like happy go lucky. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, I can't.
But yeah,
argue with
Wesley
that.
has also been more of a not insufferable character.
Michael Nemo says for $5. Thank you, Michael. I forget, what was your overall take of the classic Battlestar Galactica? Better than Quantum Leap? If it had 6 more seasons, would you have continued? So, first of all, just for anyone who doesn't know, Battlestar Galactica was our first and only Patreon exclusive series thus far. We watched the whole thing, Battlestar Galactica 1978, 24 episodes over the course of a year. 2 episodes a month. It was 24 episodes. So I really enjoyed it, especially as it got towards the end. I would definitely say I enjoyed it more overall than Quantum Leap Season 1. What about you?
Yeah, yeah. Of context of how long it took, we started filming it virtual and we finished it in person. No, yeah, I did really enjoy it. I wish, especially towards the end when we fell in love with these characters like Adama and
Starbuck, Apollo.
Starbuck, but the main villain. I'm
Oh,
blanking on his name.
yeah. Baltar.
Baltar, yeah, like I totally fell in love with it. I'm like, I want to see more, especially when they brought in Baltar, like at the end of the season, like, oh, you came to me for help. It's like, oh shit, they brought back Baltar. Yeah, I would love to. I don't know. I wouldn't mind a season 2 of that. I don't think I. Yeah.
Yeah, part of the reason we did watch it is because it only had 1 season. So when we were running that initial poll, it was shows that did not have a whole ton of episodes because we knew it wasn't going to be our priority. With that being said, obviously we've been getting recommended the new Battlestar Galactica since like starting Star Trek, so we knew that was eventually a possibility. Fat Produce, what is your favorite starship design so far in Star Trek? I'll just go with the classic Enterprise and TOS personally, but I'm not huge into. People ask us all the time, like my favorite character is the Enterprise. I don't really care that much. I'm sorry, like it's just not really my area of interest. But
Yes.
you really liked that guest one.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up, but I can't remember the name of it. But the one where it looks like the Enterprise, but it has 4 pillars instead of the 2.
It's in Peak Performance, the one that Riker takes over.
Yes, whatever that one is. But I think we're about to run some ads here.
Yeah, some ads are going to run, so if you don't have YouTube Premium, we'll be back right after that, but we're going to go back to the patron questions real quick. You want to read a patron question while we're in the ad?
So I was like, are you serious?
For those with YouTube Premium, they paid for this patron take.
Who's got YouTube Premium? I got YouTube Premium. Anyone here have YouTube Premium?
Yeah, we got another one from Sinok. We'll read that when we get back.
Oh, shit.
In just a few minutes.
Apparently, Sinok's a she. Someone said that. I had no
Oh.
idea. Yeah.
She said. If you look at our channel analytics, we have about 3% female, so we just have to assume everyone's a man until we learn otherwise.
Well, let me tell you about Dorothy Fantana.
All right, we're probably back now. You want to read the one from
We're
Sinok?
back. I assume we're back, but I'm going to stall a little bit in case we're not back. But I'm going to guess that we're back. We have another one from Sinok the Hodgehog. She says, change my mind, who needs sleep? Picard, Chad, and the Wesley mentioned a devious joint lock. Question, what submission finisher would Picard use? Ooh. He would use a devious joint lock. That was a joke.
I'm going to go with the sharpshooter.
Oh, he sweeps the leg. Oh, he's setting it up.
And
Oh.
I'm thinking like the Rock sharpshooter too, just like
Uh,
give up.
I picture Picard being fascinated with Vulcans. I'm convinced he would teach himself the Vulcan neck pinch, like how Kirk said one time said, "Oh, somebody gonna have to teach me that." I'm gonna guess that Picard actually learned it and he would do it because I don't think Picard would ever get too physical. I mean, we've seen him throw like a backhand before, but he would definitely love something that's like quick and easy. He doesn't want to get young Picard maybe from that story he told with Wesley, but like current Picard, he would get very very simple in my
For sure.
opinion.
I'm going to read these two here that we got, Super Chats, and then for right now, I want to get through these Season 2 questions. There is a general Q&A later, but I just want to make sure we can get to the Season 2 questions from the patrons, but we're going to read these two real quick. This one is from Ian Johnson. He just says, happy live feed. Thank you, Ian, longtime patron there. Thank you for the $5. And this one, $10 from Prime of 2. You want to read that one?
Yes, for great guest actors, got to give another mention that Christopher Collins played a Klingon and Pac-Led captain both here, as well as Starscream, Cobra Commander, and a few more 80s cartoon roles. Hell yeah.
That's funny because I remember seeing the Christopher Collins guest credit in a lot of episodes, and I couldn't, pinpoint who it was. So that's good to know that's who it was.
Hell yeah. Speaking of guest stars, can we get some flex emojis in the chat for Colin Meaney, please? As Chief O'Brien, can we get some of that? I want to see all those emojis in the chat there for my boy, because we haven't mentioned him at all when we talked about that episode, so...
All right, we're going to, if you, any more Super Chats, we will get to just after we finish up with our Season 2 wrap-up here in the next 15 minutes. Mr. Hope asked, what do you guys think is the best Klingon Worf episode so far? We've had a few now. Minor spoiler here, probably.
Yeah.
May want to mute us for 30 seconds if you don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah. Because it's a toss-up between A Matter of Honor and The Emissary, in my opinion. Those two are fresh in my mind. I would have to go back and rewatch Flexes in the chat. I love it. Give me a second. The Season 1 episode, what's it called?
Oh, yes. That one is Heart of Glory.
Yeah. So Heart of Glory, The Emissary, or A Matter of Honor.
For me, it's The Emissary, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, it's got to be The Emissary, because I just loved that relationship between him and Kalar. Yeah, it was great.
All right, we do want to speed it up a little bit here because I want to get through as many of these as we can. You want to read the next one?
Yeah, hold on.
Shatner cigarette.
Okay, Shatner cigarette. Since Season 1 and Season 2 are historically considered a low bar for TNG compared to the future seasons that put it on the pop culture map alongside TOS, which one is your favorite so far, Season 1 or Season 2? I gotta go Season 2.
Season 2, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a few really good episodes that we liked in Season 1, but yeah, I would put Season 2 for sure. Michael Ministo, now that you've seen both the bad seasons of TNG, what are your expectations for Season 3 and beyond? Great question.
Well, gee, let me tell you, we've only been told that Seasons 3 through 7 are the best things, since sliced bread, so I'm assuming they're good. My only fear is that I'm not going to like it, of course. I'm sure I won't, but that's always in the back of my mind. If someone keeps planting this idea that something's good, something in my brain's
us.
yeah. Knowing us, something's in my brain's going to flip. It's like, oh, it's not as good as I expect. It's not going to happen, but it's like, I'm a little worried, but I doubt it, because it lasted 4 more seasons. It's got to be good.
Yeah, and also we just love all these characters. So unless half of them leave the show or something, I think that we're going to be pretty bought in already.
Yeah, unless they get rid of someone like Beverly Crusher, I don't see how.
And they can't because they already did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Really?
they can't do that again. Shatner, we already read one from Shatner Cigarettes, so I just wanted to get to other people. Ryan Brown, what is the biggest problem, misstep, or missed opportunity with Season 2? I think it's that, getting rid of Dr. Crusher for the behind-the-scenes reasons. That put a big dent on the season for me.
Yeah, missing Tasha sucked, yeah, but they were able to bounce back pretty quick. And they referenced her a few times, which is nice. But yeah, getting rid of a character without any good send-off like they had for Tasha just sucks. Just really sucks. Especially your favorite. It just sucks. Got from Webb.
Webb says Seasons 3 to 7 suck. I'm helping. Yeah, tell us how much they suck. We'll like them. We'll like them.
That's wonderful.
Terrell Harkness asked, if you could only recommend one episode from Season 2 to someone, what would it be? Not necessarily the best episode, but the one you say someone has to see.
Measure of a Man.
Measure of a Man, yeah. I mean, How can you not? How can you say anything else? I mean, we had some teachers even comment on our reaction video saying, in our discussion video that they do show it in their classes to their kids.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And that's awesome.
I thought they'd be showing like Fortnite videos. You kids need to watch this.
Matthew McKinnon Gray, are there any characters from season 2 that you hope to see again? Kalar.
Kalar, yes. Because of the episode they were in, I'm going to say maybe some redemption for the Ferengi, maybe. But the obvious answer is Q. I want to see Q again.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm
for
sure
sure
we will. I'm damn sure we will.
Terrell followed up on his Patreon question with a super chat. Thank you, Terrell. Bingo, he says. He must agree with that answer of Measure of a Man. Besides Kalar and Q, this wouldn't really answer the question, I guess, but we didn't see Lore this season. Is he coming back? I don't know.
He's out there looming.
He was mentioned in Measure of a Man.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. All right. You want to read the one from Christina Weber?
How far up is it? Okay. The first couple seasons? Okay. The first couple seasons of TNG borrow a lot from TOS/Phase 2. What episodes of TNG Season 1, Season 2 feel the most TOS, and which episodes break new ground where TNG is really becoming its own thing? That's a good question. In fact, I wish I had like a day to think about this.
I need a minute to think about this. Well, I'll say it while you're thinking. I think Up the Long Ladder felt like a bad TOS episode.
Oh, with the clone episode?
Yeah, with the Irish people. I thought that the one where Pulaski gets old, Natural Selection, that one felt like a TOS episode.
The Guardian, you brought the one with the Guardian, right?
That's from season 1, yeah.
That definitely felt like the most TOS, especially with Riker being the Captain Kirk character going down and dealing with this.
And breaking new ground for me started with Matter of Honor this season, and then followed up by Measure of a Man, and then Q Who. Those three, I felt like this is taking Star Trek to the next level.
Yeah, the episodes that went deeper into the Klingon lore and beliefs and having all that definitely felt like new ground. But yeah, also Q Who with the brand new villain and such. The Emissary, I'm just going to keep praising that episode as much as I can because it was great.
All right, we got Pig. You both talked to Kevin Picard in the observation lounge, and all he wants to talk about is the Prime Directive and your thoughts on it. What would you say to him, and how do you think he would respond? That's a deep question. If all he wants to talk about is the Prime Directive, I would ask him, when are you ever going to actually follow it? And I think he would respond, what do you mean? I follow it all the time. And I'd go, no, you don't.
You find your loopholes around it. I don't know. I would say to him, like, I think we should, because the whole, at least you and I, we think, Starfleet sucks 90% of the time. So maybe we can work as fast as the U.S. did banning TikTok, and maybe we can go to Starfleet and get some new regulations in there about helping people. You know what I mean? It's to where you don't have to do all these crazy loopholes to save a species. It's like, I don't know. It's tough. I just wish I had the whole rule list in front of me because I feel like it's all just explained through dialogue, and it's like I wish I had the book in front of me so I can figure out what exactly I can and can't do. That'd be nice. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Smokey C says, what was the most surprising thing you've seen so far in season 2? Most surprising?
My tears.
Yeah.
I cry all the time, so that's not that surprising. But no, I'm always worried that, sitting here with this camera in front of me watching something that's like, I'm going to shut off emotionally, but it's like, no, that hasn't happened. And when something deep touches me, I'm so glad that's there recording it because it's always there. Like, oh yeah, remember when I cried to A Measure of a Man? That's great. But in terms of the most surprising thing I've seen, that's tough. I don't know. I guess Beverly Crusher again in this episode. You go first. Let me think.
Yeah, most surprising thing I have seen. I don't know if anything surprised me like Conspiracy did in season 1. Like that was a surprise, right? His head blowing up, that whole thing. Oh
yeah.
Like that was a really big surprise. In terms of a surprise, I don't know off the top of my head if I can do a really good one. Maybe in not one of my favorite episodes, but Loud as a Whisper, the guys chorus being killed by the species that they went down there. It was just so
yeah.
like out of nowhere, and I
It was
was like, oh,
Yeah. Because we started watching the episodes without seeing the titles, so actually getting surprised by Q was one of my favorite reactions. Like you can see on YouTube, like I audibly gasped, like, like I was so excited to see him.
yeah. People are saying Bones in the pilot. This is about specifically season 2, so that
Oh.
would not be in there.
Oh yeah.
Someone said Borg babies. Warpig said Borg babies. Yeah, that's a bit of a surprise for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I guess the return of Picard as the detective. That was a nice surprise.
Oh yeah, seeing Dixon Hill return.
Seeing Dixon Hill return. Yeah.
All right, probably gonna wrap it up here. But if you find any last one you want to read, one that really tickles your fancy,
I don't know. Should I just read the one from CM?
go ahead. Whatever you want.
All right, this one's from CM Waters. How long did it take you to get used to Geordi and Worf in their new uniforms after a whole season of them in the prior ones? Well, pretty fast, because in the recap episode that we just watched, seeing them back in the red threw me for a loop. So that's how quick I am to adjust, I guess. So, there you go.
Yeah, I probably forgot about it like 10 minutes into the season premiere. Oh, new uniforms. Where am I?
What am I doing? Where's my phone?
Yeah, idiot. I'm such an idiot. All right. And then I'm going to read one last one. This one is going to be from Thomas Monk, longtime patron. In the current era of television and streaming media, do you think TNG would have made it to the 3rd season? Why or why not?
Well, current media sucks. Nothing can make it past the 3rd season unless it's horrible, trashy reality TV, which sucks. I don't know.
I love trashy reality TV for the record, but go on.
To be honest, after these first 2 seasons, like I'm grateful that 4 more come after this, but I'm wondering how did that happen? You know what I mean? It's like who had the money to keep greenlighting this? But would it survive today? I don't know. Like I'm really trying to think. Like would it be like made with modern technology, modern cameras? And like let's say Star Trek 6 came out and then nothing came out of Star Trek until today. Like, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think if the best way to think about it would just be if you could pick up this show as it exists and drop it in today's era with no context, would it survive? I think the answer would probably be no.
Yeah.
But, however, I do think it has a better chance on streaming than on cable TV at this point. I think it could find its audience on streaming, and I don't think the issue would be getting to season 3. I think it'd be getting to season 2. So many streaming shows get canceled after their first season.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like for the most part, everyone had cable TV. Like a lot of people had cable TV, but now there's so many streaming services. You just drop it on one, assuming not everyone's going to have that one. But we have a couple super chats.
Yeah, we'll get to those. I just wanted to wrap up on this. But final thoughts on season 2.
Instead of read it immediately. No, I'm kidding. I liked it. I liked it a lot. There's definitely some lows, but I appreciate all the risks taken and things explored. And people have said that some of the best episodes of TNG or Star Trek in general are in this. So not as bad as everyone said it was. It wasn't. I don't think it should be driven out of the town with pitchforks or anything. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Better than season 1, and I have an admission to make. Yeah, I think that a lot of people said, I can't wait until they get to seasons 3 through 7 and realize how these seasons aren't good. I think I've already started to feel that about season 1 because of season 2. So if season 3 really does take that jump, it's no longer becoming unbelievable for me to think that that'll be the case. I enjoyed them, especially season 2, while we were here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, were there some bad episodes? In my opinion, yes, absolutely. And we're going to get to that here in a minute. But overall, it's been a great time.
Yeah, but onward and upward.
First, we got Shatner Cigarette, $5. First super chat from Shatner Cigarette, one of our favorite patron names. If you told me 20 plus years ago I would have watched this lazy clip show again with 600 plus fans and a drunk Yukon Cornelius, I wouldn't believe you. Everyone, I think he's talking about you, because everyone ever since you've had this long beard has been coming up with all these comparisons. Look up Yukon Cornelius.
Oh, yeah, I'm like.
While you're looking that up, the Tory, $5. What lore would you like to see more fleshed out in season 3? Not character centric, but world building. Did you look it up?
Yeah, this fucking guy. Drunk.
Jesus. All right.
Okay, what lore?
What world building would you like to see in season 3? Whole species, prime directive, etc.
Oh, well, I guess always the Prime Directive. I'd like to know more about that. We've had some great Klingon episodes. Love them all. But I wouldn't mind some more Romulan stuff going on. Maybe dip a little bit back into some different Vulcans besides Spock. I don't know. Maybe just seeing lore in general. Maybe some Noonien Soon type stuff where it's... I feel like the opportunities are endless. We have enough of the Betazoids with Troy's mom. But
Yeah, I think the prime directive has been broken already so badly, I wouldn't mind never hearing about it again, to be honest. Because they never follow it, so who cares?
yeah, true.
In terms of world building, I would just, I mean, no surprise, but I'd love to see more interaction between Starfleet and the Klingons, especially the ones that are actually, sticking to this treaty, this peace treaty. And I would like to see the Romulans get into the mix. We've always seen just Starfleet and Klingons, our characters and Klingons, our characters and Romulans. The Klingons have talked a lot about Romulans so far in TNG. I would love to see that actually mix and see them both on screen. Outside of Star Trek V.
We've only seen it like very little and like
So that would be my answer. And then go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the next super chat here is from Valkyrin, another one. Thank you. I have always considered Starfleet as the antagonist of the show. With some of the characters you meet, true.
Yeah.
The best written books are where bad character, who thinks they are good. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying all the way back to like season 1 TOS. Someone from Starfleet comes in, most likely a dick. And then we got Prof Moth. Thank you for the super chat. I just changed my drink. It's green. Timothy Hennon, you want to read that one?
Yeah, with $7.77 looks like. Very nice. Do you think Worf's character development benefited from Tasha Yar no longer being on the show? I would have to say so. Yeah, but because he got put in her job position, but we didn't really when Tasha was still alive, we didn't really have many deep dives into her character that much. I mean, I know she grew up in like the worst possible planet situation ever, and we praised that she was the security officer instead of like Worf, but now that Worf is, it probably did.
Yeah, I don't want to say as much that it's actually about Tasha as much as people say, because how many times did we actually see Worf like with the security team being head of security?
Like once,
twice maybe.
In the Klingon episode when they go to arrest him, I think. He took a crew down there. That's about it.
And wasn't that season 1?
No, season 1.
Yeah, so it was before she even died. Or no, it was before she died. I mean, so it's not like he took this huge security role, really. And all of his character development was kind of just because of Worf. It wasn't because of that role. Mm-hmm. But I think just less characters overall. Like without Tasha there was more screen time to be had.
For sure.
And then we got Badger. Good to see Badger here in the chat. Yeah, that one's to you, so you can read that one.
Alex, you like the Restless Kirk, but can I entice you over to the dark side? Coppola.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, who is that?
Is that a spoiler? Coppola. Someone tell us. It's probably just like a character we already forgot about.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names. Terrible. Show me someone's face, I can tell you exactly who they are, when they were born.
But you still can't say their name, though. You'd go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, them, yeah.
Them. They're from
that, yeah.
All right. Quick update onto the Patreon here. We got a new $1 member that doesn't count towards the goal, but this $1 tier, we introduced this last month kind of as an impulse because of the Measure of the Man reaction being taken down. You can get all of our YouTube videos ad-free and a lot of times a few hours or a day early on Patreon for just $1 a month.
They're roasting us in the chat right now. It's Klingon for success. I'm sorry. I mispronounced every word. Leave me alone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Masara just became a $1 member. And then we also got a new $5 annual member, Gruz or Gruz, Gruzz. Not sure how to pronounce that, but thank you very much for becoming an annual $5 member going towards that goal of watching Battlestar Galactica.
Awesome. Hell yeah. All right, I'm tired of everyone roasting me, so once again, flexes in the chat for Colin Meaney, for Chief O'Brien. completely change the narrative of the chat here. All right.